The definition of affirmation is the assertion that something exists or is true, confirmation or ratification of the truth or validity of a prior judgment, a solemn declaration accepted instead of a statement under oath. Okay, so that's what affirmation means, dictionary style. And the reason why I picked this word is because it's the first of the month. And, the first of the month can represent so much. It's a new month. It's a new chance to, accomplish some new goals that you may have for the year. It's a new chance to start strong in your job, in your classes, with relationships with your family. If you're trying to change your eating habits, obviously it's the mark of a new month. So it's like almost starting over. So people make a big deal about the first of the month and things like that. It's usually also, when you might get paid or something like that, or when, rent is going to be due, it's kind of like, the end of this month, and then you go right into the next month. My rent was just due. So the first is it's always a good marker for a lot of things. So because of that, since it's so positive and it's just such a refreshing, cleansing, almost renewing feeling and a renewing idea, I decided to go with the word affirmation, just based on people I've been talking to, some great inspirational mentors that I've been working with and things like that. I've been going through some things financially in the last few months. So affirmation, to me, it pretty much means speaking something into existence. That's so important sometimes because, when people are going through things, especially when it's really tough on their mind, it's really tough on, what they're doing and just, getting up every day and trying to continue to fight for, what they want in life. Sometimes it's really hard to, get something done. It's really hard to see a goal when you can't believe it's really going to happen. So that's where affirmation comes into play, because then you setting yourself up, you're setting your mind up, you're setting your mouth up to form the words to say, I am this, I am that. This say it's done and it's done. This has already happened. I am going to get this job. I am going to get this promotion. I am an A+ student. I am going to get an A in this, in this class. My teacher is going to write me a great recommendation for this school. I am going to spend my money right this month. Whatever it is, then you come up with the affirmation that you really want to see come into fruition. And then from there, you say it. You have to actually say it. I know it sounds silly. Some people are like, well, okay. I mean, I could write it down. I can say it to myself, talk to myself, look like I'm crazy. But how is this really going to help me? I'll tell you, basically, from what I know, saying things out loud and saying and continuously speaking to yourself on something that you really want to happen, it will happen. It's proven. It's proven that when you talk down on yourself, for example, take an exam. For example, let's say, you're really feeling iffy about exam. You have been studying, but you're just really stressed out. You're nervous. You don't feel like you know the information. You're freaking out. Like, what if you get there late? What if you blank out? What if you don't have your pencil? Just all types of stuff. So, when you're studying, you're like, man, I don't know, like, the last test didn't go too hot. Like, this class is really hard. My head isn't in it. My heart ain't in it. I low-key want to drop it, but I know I can't because it's a required course I got to take. I don't know if I'm going to do well. I just don't think it's going to go good. I'm just going to go in there, whatever. Like, I'm just going to, try to pass it, basically. You see, when you negatively and, you're already doubting yourself, what's going to happen? You're going to end up getting a D or C because you went into it like kind of, I don't know how this is going to go. This ain't going to go good. I know I'm not going to do that well. I'm just going to try to get by. When you have that type of attitude, that's what is becoming of you. You're speaking this, you're thinking this in your head. So now this is what is going to actually translate into real life. So what do you think is going to happen if you do the opposite? If you say, you know what, man, this isn't my strongest class, but you know what? I've been studying for the last 2 weeks. I don't even study this much for any class. And I should be, but I don't. I've been going hard. After I finish my homework, I'm reviewing stuff. I'm writing stuff out. I'm, repeatedly writing stuff so I can see it. I'm trying to say it in my head. I went to office hours a couple times. I've been to like 2 study groups. I'm still gonna go to one more next week. Like I got this. Like I'm about to get a B or A. I'm aiming for that A. If I get a B, hey, cool. At least if you're talking positively, guess what? Most likely you're gonna do pretty good because you have a positive mindset. You're going in with energy. You're going in with focus. You're going in with drive. So you're affirming something that is to come. When you affirm that, I'm going to get an A on that exam, you probably will at least get a B. You'll be between that A and B range, and then it'll just depend on, how you do how you answer the questions and things like that. But the point is you'll be in the higher range as opposed to the lower range, simply for affirming and mentally preparing and encouraging yourself to believe that you can do it. So, I think affirmation, that word is just so important with the first of the month. Everybody that's listening right now, I encourage y'all to set some goals for yourself. I heard that December is the month to remember. Whatever your goals you want it, whatever it is, it's the last month of the year. 2011 has come to a close. So I'm calling everybody to action right now, including myself. I want to hold myself accountable. I'm trying to set goals for myself in terms of what I'm doing in my life. And I'm trying to go after some things. So I encourage everybody that's listening right now to please, it's the 1st of December. After this month, we're going straight into 2012, so you want to end this month with a bang. You want to end strong. What affirmations do you have? What affirmations do you want to set for yourself? What do you want to tell yourself by December 30th or in 2 weeks during the month of December or whenever? I want to have these things laid out. I want to start doing this and that. I want to accomplish this. I want to speak to this person, whatever the case may be. I want to make sure, I work enough hours this month so that I can buy the good Christmas gifts that I want to get my family. Or I want to make sure that I'm applying for seasonal jobs so that I can secure them by the time, finals are over. Or I want to kill my finals. That's a big thing. Finals are major. I know the stress is going to start coming soon. I know this week is the last week of classes. Some people, it's do or die. Finals can really make or break grades sometimes. So maybe it's, you really want to make sure you're studying right. You really want to make sure you're not only studying, but you're studying ahead of time. So what are your affirmations? If anybody's listening out there, call in 217-344-2536 if you have any affirmations, if you have, any statements, any phrases, any ideas on what you want to do that's positive, what you want to do that hasn't happened but will happen because you said it's going to happen. Then you're going to make it happen. You know what I'm saying? Do you have any affirmations? If you got any affirmations that you want to share. If not, I will get into the next song. That's the first word of the day. I hope you enjoy what I said. I hope people that are listening took something away from it. Right now, I'm gonna get into Drake featuring Nicki Minaj. Make Me Proud.